What's good, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Brandon, also known as Picasso FX. I'm going to be going over my midnight opening range raid model, or MOR raid for short. Let's get into the video. So when it comes to my midnight opening range model, there's a couple things that you want to be aware of. Again, session highs are something that's very important and key, and you'll see how pretty much price draws around those areas and will reject and repel from those areas. So you want to keep those as like the main focus, and you'll see that there are a plethora of setups every single day if you use this model. The model is called the MOR raid, or the midnight opening range raid for short. So you're looking for a couple of key factors. You're looking for session highs and session lows. Those are very important. Those are what's going to draw price to that area. Then you have the MOR, which is the midnight opening range. Then you have 1 to 2 standard deviations above or below the session highs or lows. That's what you're looking for. So that's the whole model together. An entry model technique, the one that I like to use the most, is the breaker or the mitigation block. One of those two. To me, they're pretty much the same thing. So let's go and find an example. The example that we're going to be using is the trade that I took on January 29th, 2026. So price had since traded lower and showed no willingness to trade up any higher. Now there was a short opportunity that was up here. I was not a part of that, but again, we're looking for lower prices. Here you have the PM session low from Wednesday, but it was already below that. Notice how we have immediate rebalance there, and we trade up into this order block. So I'm just going to note the order block here, and then this is a session low. So again, now that we have the session low, we need to start outlining the midnight opening range, which is from 12 to 12:30. And so we want to do the high and the low from there. And then we're going to project 2 standard deviations below the low. So let's go ahead. We have to go in on a 1-minute chart over here. So they do have a indicator, like someone had made an indicator. The reason why I don't like it, if it's too small, like this one is, you're not going to be able to get what you're looking for. So for me here, I'm using this high down to this low. And what I do is I come back here and I look at the specific low. So the low that we were looking for was down here. So with price being up here, and I have these all outlined before price gets there. This is what you want to do before the market opens. You don't want to be doing this at the same time as the market is trading. When you have it already prepared, you're able to know where your targets are, because session highs and lows are there before in advance. So now that we have our session low and we have our midnight opening range, what I'll do is I'll go into the fib level, and then I'll find the first 2 below. In this case, it'd be negative 19.5, and then this one's going to be negative 20. Those are going to be the 2 levels below price. So now that price is up here, and this happens every single day, like every single day, this model or setup will happen. So here's the 5-minute order block. Remember, we have that on the 5-minute chart. This is the order block right here. We had closed below it and then trade back up to the open. There's a wick here. Notice how we come back up to the opening price and then we dive lower. So we go on the 1-minute chart. We have a mitigation block. We have a swing high here. You can even use this one. It doesn't matter. Swing high here, swing low, failure swing, mitigation block. But also we have inverse fair value gap, and we have this suspension block. A lot of things overlapping here. So price had traded up to here, and then immediately we got the nice reaction and traded down. I literally had no drawdown. We're looking for session lows and session highs. So in this instance, because price was trading lower, we're looking for session lows, 2 standard deviations of the midnight opening range, 1, 2, bang, there it is. I took it off there, but there and there it easily went to, and we know that it went way lower. So quick trade, quick setup, bang, trade that was there. We're going to find another example, and you're going to see, if you go through your back testing and you do this, you're going to find these every single day. Prices drawn to a session high or session low. Even if it's not the high or low of the day, you can still take trades, because the session highs and lows are where key points the algorithm will trade to. So let's delete this. Last Friday, there was a trade that I took. Let's go back here. So again, what's our process? Session highs, session lows. We'll do that in the morning. We're going to do that now. I do this every morning. This is Asia low right there. So what do you have up here? London high. We also have previous day's high right here. So ideally, I had these highs pretty much were together, but this was a previous day's high. Again, it's still a key level, and notice our previous day's high is right next to London's high, so I'm not going to use London's high as my objective. I'm going to use above it. So let's do the same thing. And this is a trade I took. Again, I'm not just going back and cherry picking things just to tell you that it works. These are trades I actually took, and you can actually find them on my YouTube channel, and I will link them in the description below, and you can watch them live. So again, we're going to go look at the midnight opening range, and you'll find some cool stuff down there. We'll do that as well. So here, midnight opening range, again, remember it's very small. So go down to the 1 minute chart. And I'm showing you already there so you can understand the process that I go through. So you can just see that. And this one has something actually very cool, and I'm going to show it to you because it played a part in why I ended up taking the trade where I did and why I didn't expect it to trade any lower. Go over that as well. So again, same thing here. And what you'll see me do is I always do it like this. So I'll have it low and I do it on the high just like that. So I have two going at the same time, highs and lows, and also gives me a better understanding. So now we're gonna go back to the 5 minute charts. We're not on the 1 minute chart now. So since we have those, they're way down there. Let's change that to like minus 6, just so it's in the screen. Okay. So you'll find how cool this is. So we have -7, and I think -6.5 might be too close. We'll try it. Okay, no, -6.5, -7. So those are the two levels that would be below here. And again, if you were trading in London and you're looking for something, there you go. But I don't trade around that time. That's fine. So initially I had taken a short. I tried down in here and it didn't work. I was trying to take out this low and it would have targeted below London low and this low specifically, 2 standard deviations, but it didn't work. So once I saw that and we expanded away, I was patient. I just waited. So now let's do the same thing on the upside here. Let's come all the way down. Oh, that's going the wrong way. Let's just do 15. That's not close enough, but tripping right now. 2 standard deviations above. Should be 1 bit there. And then you have this one that would be probably 2.5 -2.5. Okay. So there we go. Is this model 100%? No. No one has a 100% model. This is a model that is just repeatable and has happened multiple times, helped me pass funded accounts. If you can understand that session highs and lows are the draw on liquidity almost every single day. Like it's going to happen. It can't not happen. So I was looking at price. We expanded above this high, right? Displacement. Let's note that. We have displacement here. That's huge. What the heck? Displacement there. Above a short-term high. You have high, low, lower, high. Mitigation block, didn't trade to it, but something that you'll see on another time frame is so cool. You're like, what the heck? And you'll see me do it in the stream. And I don't know why I did it in the stream, but it's there. So this volume imbalance is what I was keying off of. Now what do you see? Low, high, lower low, breaker with this wick. So that's why I felt confident buying inside of this, because here's a breaker on the regular trading hours. You don't see this on electronic trading hours. So you got to be going back and looking at so you can see these and monitor both of them. Because I didn't start doing that until this trade. When I saw this, I was like, wow, that looks amazing actually. So now we're going to have this, and now when we put it on the regular trading hours, our electronic, look how we respond. It's this candle. I almost highlighted it before you guys could see it, but I wanted to show you that specifically. And something I'm just noticing right now that I find very cool. Let's put these in a different color. Let's do black. And let's do dashed. There. Let's make sure that we know. Breaker. Oops. That is huge. Let's change it. 12. So I'll put RTH because it's the regular trading hours breaker that you're not going to see if you're on this one. You're not going to see this one as a viable breaker. Also, it's the PM session high. So notice that's the PM session high. We trade back down to this breaker. Also, what I just realized and saw in there as well is this IFVG here. So look how many things we have stacking in this area. So we have this breaker on the regular trading hours that you can see there. Yes, you can potentially see here, but I don't think anyone would grab this one. I wouldn't even grab that one, to be honest. We have regular trading hours breaker, this inverse fair value gap. This is literally where I bought, and then it went straight to 2.5 right above and went higher. That's fine. If you want to hold for higher, that's fine. But I'm trying to make my process very repeatable, and so it's not subjective to be okay, maybe it's going to go up here this time. Just 2 standard deviations above a high, 2 standard deviations below a low. And that's how I pretty much took this trade. So this was another trade that setup that I took, again, live on YouTube. You can always watch me live. I live stream every day at 9:20 a.m. EST to pretty much whenever it's done. So that's another trade that I took. Now let's find another one. And this will be the last one that I will do Wednesday. I don't know if I was trading on this day. I definitely live stream for sure. Actually, let's go to one that we took this week so we can go over that. So on Monday, we took a trade here. Look at that. So again, it still works in these conditions. So we were up here. So we'd already taken out this high right here, which would be a AM session high. I was targeting a PM session high, or an Asia high actually. And I think it was like way up here, and that's why I didn't necessarily like it that much. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Like you can pick out specific highs and lows, and it ended up going there anyways. So here is a AM session high. There. You also have a AM session high here. So make sure I'm trading. AM session high there. And you do this every single morning, right? It's going to be so repeatable every single morning. So if we're right here, and remember, it has to be a 2-to-1. You have to make sure it's a 2-to-1. That's very key and very important. So price trades down, trades higher. Doesn't come back down, that's fine. So again, what also do we have to do? We have to make sure, and this is on Monday. Again, we're trading on Monday. So we have the AM session range, or midnight opening range, midnight, 12:30. Now let's do the same thing. We have the low. I'm gonna look at it on a 1-minute chart. Keep forgetting. I need to do replay. Let's go there. Okay, same thing, same process. Okay, so we have, it creates a fair value. It creates a swing high there. I'm not gonna do the down low because it doesn't make sense to even do that at this point. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Like, if it's too low, you have to then project it above specific highs, right? It was also taken live, and I think it's also on my Instagram, so I'm not just talking about things I didn't take. So you see how 4 is below, so 5 has to be the next target, even above this one. This is interesting. Okay, I ended up getting stopped out before, but again, it's still the same process. Let's take this one out just so I couldn't tell where the price was. We're gonna take this off. Okay, same process. Again, a lot of this understanding is gonna come from a higher time frame. Should be plus 5 minute. Now let's go down to the 1-minute chart. Oh, sorry, right here is where I saw us. Once we created down here, we failed to hit down low. We traded up. There was a small gap here. Right there. That's what I bought in. Waiting for this would have been better, honestly, but I was okay with where I was, what I was risking. Again, here's 1 standard deviation above. There's 2 standard deviation above AM session high. Let's just wait, no, stay here. Let's go there. Above an AM session high, price trades down into this gap. OTE trades a little bit deeper than I would have wanted or liked, but that's fine. Here's an order block there, the 1-minute chart. I bought in that. Stop loss was down here. I don't know. I can't remember where exactly it got stopped out. I think on this spike here. I think at 1010 pretty much is when I got stopped out. And then price pretty much ran in my direction and then went to this high. 1 standard deviation above. 2, there's hit. With this, looking at this price action, if I was still in the trade, I would not have waited for it to come up to here. I would have been okay with up here, basically just looking at it how it was. I would have taken partials here because of how long it took to get there, and then I would have closed it there. So again, the trade setup, if I would have not got stopped out early on, which is fine, this offers a 5.5 to 1. So these are the type of trade setups that you can get from this, and understand like setups like these happen every single day. Session highs and lows are so key in understanding the algorithm, and if you understand which one it's going to drive to, you have a plethora of setups. Trust me. If you like this type of content, please make sure you comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I live trade every single day. Yeah, let me know if you end up using this model, and if you like it, I can go more in depth about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.